I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're diving into Kindness Wins, Marlee's story by Tara Challener. This enchanting tale introduces us to Marlee, a young girl whose journey of making new friends illuminates the power of compassion and the ripple effect of kindness. It's a story that not only captures the imagination of young readers, but also imparts a timeless lesson on the impact of our actions. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Bookside Press for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her delightful book. The links are below this interview. Tara, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Hi, Logan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, better now that I'm talking to you. I really loved your story. Tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind Marlee and her character and her story of kindness.
Well, Marlee is an actual character. The inspiration behind the book is I see a lot of little kids. I live in a neighborhood that's real close to elementary school. So the kids walking back and forth to school. So I see them every day. I work from home. And kids are not as nice as I would like for them to be. And I feel like this book, I wrote it for preschool age kids. So preschool, I guess, to maybe age 7 or 8, so that they can learn how to be kind starting at home, because, good manners start at home.
Absolutely. Let's give the folks at home an overview of what the book's about, what the story's about.
Okay, the story is about a little girl named Marlee. I would say Marlee is about 5 to 7 years old, and she visits her grandparents in Florida. And when she gets there, the neighborhood, the little girl next door, the grandmother introduces her to the little girl next door. And the girl is just not as friendly as at first. She's kind of rough around the edges, but as Marlee, keeps trying and keeps, trying to be that friend, she eventually wins over the little girl, the little neighbor next door, and makes a lifelong friend. So
Great, great. It's a great story. And what's the lesson you hope children take away from this?
I hope that anybody, not just kids, because I feel like we can learn from anybody, but I hope that whoever reads the book, I hope that they know that it's okay to be different, and it costs nothing to be kind, and a smile goes a long ways. And I always, when I'm in the grocery store and I see the cashier's frustrated, maybe she's had a long day and she's not friendly. So I'm making an effort to smile and say something nice to kind of cheer up, because you just never know what a person is going through.
Exactly. Everybody's got their struggles, and you never know what kind of impact you can have on somebody's day just by being kind, just by chatting for a few moments. If you're talking to an older person, it might be the only interaction they've had all day long. I
Exactly.
mean, you live in Florida, you see a lot of seniors out there, and they
I
tend to
do.
be sometimes lonely. And so it's good to be kind. And so it's a great theme for a story for children. Now, what inspired you to actually write this story?
This particular story, I've written so many stories.
Mhm.
What inspired me to push through with this one?
Yeah.
I think what it was, I was really proud of the fact that I've learned how to do mid journey and AI, and I was able to make the characters come alive. So I
Mm.
created the characters with AI, and I tried to really get Marlee's essence in that character, from her hair to her skin color. So I really put a lot of thought. That was the hardest part, actually.
Yeah.
Creating the characters was the hardest part of the book.
So you did the illustrations yourself with the help of AI.
Yes,
That's
mid
amazing.
journey.
That's amazing. And it's such a great tool, isn't it?
It is. It is, because I can draw a little, but drawing with the details that the book had, no, I would
Right.
still be drawing.
Exactly. Now, were you successful in recreating the same character each time for each image? Because that could be tricky with AI, right?
Yeah, not really. I use the same seed image, so they
Mhm.
have some similarities, but it's AI, so
So there's some
no.
variation. But
Yeah,
it gets a
I
story at
tried.
point, and I don't think some 4-year-old's going to be saying, Marlee looks a little
Yeah,
different here. I
that
think
was
she
my
used
goal.
Da
Like, she's
Vinci
not even having
instead
the
of,
same dress. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it's little differences in that. I tried to make her have on the same colors, have the same theme, but yeah, if you look, you'll see some
Some
differences.
subtle differences still, but it's a very creative way to get your story across, to illustrate it yourself, because they are your prompts that you're giving it to create that unique character for sure. So that's wonderful. Is this the first book you've had published?
It is, but I have so many in my journal, and it's like I gave a few copies to the local elementary. So I've had a lot of kids ask me about Marlee, and one little kid like, she looks so real, and they've been asking me. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna create a series around Marlee, like Marlee's
Great.
adventures.
Wonderful. Do you have children of your own?
I have a daughter. She's 17. She's gonna be
Okay.
graduating in May. So yeah,
So she's not in need of storybooks anymore.
no.
Unfortunately. Have you thought about Marlee perhaps as a animated series or something like that for children?
Someone mentioned that to me, and I have been thinking about it because with AI, I can actually animate it myself. So I may give that a go. I may give it a
Awesome.
go. I work in IT as my profession, so I play around and dabble with it anyway. So I may look into it.
Awesome. That's great. That's great. Now you haven't been tempted to have AI write the book, have you?
No, no, not no, no,
No.
because then it won't be my book. But it is
Exactly.
tempting.
But it's such
Like,
a
wow,
useful
I got a
tool. I
whole
mean, sometimes it can
series.
help you with copy editing and things like that. But it is a useful tool. So your background is in IT.
Yes,
And
yes.
what kind of projects do you work on in IT?
I work for Microsoft as a technical account manager.
Mhm.
So right now I work for Cloud Software Group, which was event. It used to be Citrix, and
Mhm.
they're based out of Fort Lauderdale. But I started a job in Texas, and now we moved to South Florida. So I'm
Great.
here.
And you work fully remote?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
that is a blessing and a game changer. It makes it so you can move to Florida, right?
right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Well, my Cloud One Drive hasn't been working. No, I'm teasing. I'm not going to ask you about that.
I'm so glad.
I'm just joking. Any more books in store? If you do another story about Marlee, what would it be? Where would you pick it up?
I do have one on the laptop right now, and it's Marlee with the same character. This is a character. The little girl Emma is also one of Marlee's friends. I don't know her though,
Mhm.
so she kind of helped me with the character as far as the antagonist. So I'm thinking Marlee lives in Texas actually. So the next book I'll follow Marlee back to Texas when she starts her first day of school.
That sounds great. And so that'd be a great introduction for children as to what they can expect when they go to school, as far as a teacher and a desk and lunch and all of that stuff, all the big mysteries for a child, right?
Right, right. Organization.
And organization. Yeah, never did well in that. I was a kid who was always borrowing a pencil from somebody,
I'm
you know.
still learning too.
Exactly. We are all works in progress, that's for sure. Well, I'm glad Marlee's going to become a series. That's great. And you say you have a whole bunch of stories in your journal that are ready to go if this one takes off, right?
Yes, yes.
Right.
And I'm thinking in the future, I may broaden the audience a little bit and get into some teenage stories because Marlee's eventually, she's growing up now.
Sure.
So I'm going to
Exactly.
follow. It may not all be based on Marlee, but I do want to dabble a little bit into the teenage mind.
Right. And plus, you have your daughter who's a teenager, and you see what she goes through and the
Whew,
challenges she has, and everything from social media to dating to school to all of that stuff. So you're very well versed in those waters. And like they say, you should always write what you know, right?
right,
Right.
right.
Exactly. Well, I think you know about this topic as well, because the name of the book is Kindness Wins, Marlee's Story. It's written by Tara Challener. It's a wonderful, enchanting tale. It's about a little girl whose journey of making new friends illuminates the power of compassion and just how important kindness is. Tara, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you so much, Logan, for having me. It's been my pleasure.
It's been my pleasure. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.